What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. And I do appreciate the support. Now, you guys know that we were supposed to be heading down there to Kissimmee, Florida for this Stephan Stearns trial. And last night in the live stream, a bombshell was dropped on us while we were on a live stream that he is going to take a plea deal this coming Monday, a day before his trial was supposed to start for the violation of Madeline Soto, 13 years old, killed on or around her birthday. We were set to go down there and make that 15-hour drive, and this has been dropped on us. Now, I showed my displeasure last night, and I talked a little bit about it. We talked a little bit about it on the thing. Justice system is trash. They do this. They give people that offer their victims no type of deals, and we talk about that. But I want to talk a little bit about the good and the bad of him taking this deal. But before I do that, take a look at the latest in the media, and then we'll come back and I'll give you everything that I was going to give you and all the storylines I was looking forward to giving you guys. And they offered this coward a deal because he didn't want to face judgment for the sick act that he did.
Breaking news.
And that breaking news, exclusive details surrounding an unexpected plea hearing in the case of Stephan Stearns.
Yeah, he's facing two separate criminal cases, one for murder and another related to sexual abuse involving 13-year-old Madeline Soto. This plea hearing comes one day before the sexual abuse trial is set to start.
West 2's Gail Pascal Brown is live in studio with some exclusive details about this hearing. Gail.
Yes, indeed. You know, sources close to the cases tell me Stephan Stearns will plead guilty in both cases. The man accused of raping and killing 13-year-old Madeline Soto will be in court Monday for a plea hearing at 1:30 p.m. in the Osceola County Courthouse.
You had indicated that you did not consent to the search of your cell phone.
Stephan Stearns is accused of raping Madeline Soto for years and recorded video of it on his phone at the time he was dating Madeline's mother.
Law enforcement has consistently overstepped bounds. Knew that they didn't have enough for a warrant to get into the phone at first.
Stephan Stearns is also accused of killing the teenager and leaving her body on the side of the road in Osceola County in February of last year. But in multiple jailhouse phone conversations, Stearns' parents seem to be asking who else could be responsible.
Are you going to be accepted? Going to be the fall guy for this? Is that the deal?
Pretty positive that this was all an accident. I'm not sure that any one person is to blame. Maybe no one's to blame, or maybe everyone's to blame a little bit.
If Stephan Stearns' guilty plea goes through Monday, there will be no trial. If the judge does not accept the plea, jury selection will begin in the sexual abuse trial on Tuesday. Victim impact statements will also be heard on Monday, including loved ones of Madeline Soto, who will be given the opportunity to speak. 39-year-old Stephan Stearns had previously pled not guilty to the charges that he murdered his former girlfriend's daughter. The state had said it would be seeking the death penalty during Stearns' murder trial, which is scheduled to begin in September. But we'll let you know about this hearing Monday, and we will definitely report that back to you. Back to you guys.
As you've seen it, this son of a bitch is allowed to live the rest of his life in jail after killing a child. Right? Now, a lot of people are saying, hey, he did this because he don't want the death penalty. I believe that's true, but I also believe it was something bigger than that. He didn't want to put his family through the exposure of the inner demon that's in him that they already knew about. Let me explain. They've been fighting and pushing this court thing back with the main on the main premise of not wanting to show the videos and the photos of all of the stuff he was charged for and in court for. They kept pushing this thing back. The cell phone, oh, the police did something illegal, forcing the judge to think about it and then having to keep re-going back to court. You know what I'm saying? And then now this all came down to he did not want his parents and people that his parents knew and all this other stuff to be embarrassed and him being exposed to what type of monster he really was. The death penalty part was second. This stuff they said been going on for the past few days. Nobody wants to go to court. It costs too much money to get jurors and all this other stuff, the exposure. It's a lot of money. And they chose money over the life of a 13-year-old girl that lost hers at the wickedness and sick stuff of this guy. What you think about that? It's always money over people. And you know, I say what I say about the justice system, and I stand on that. I was a part of that shit. I seen it. I went through the system myself multiple times. There's no win. No win. This is an abomination. He gets to sign his life in Florida, in federal custody, and he goes on permanent timeout. You know what this shit is? When people go through all of this stuff, losing a loved one, especially a child, at the hands of a monster, and then they tell the monster, oh, you'll get life in jail. Life in jail is still what? Life. He'll still acclimate. He'll still experience emotion, highs and lows. He'll still get to talk to family when they choose to speak to him. He still gets to talk to his mom and dad, where little Maddie does not. How is that justice? I give you a perfect example of how this is if you look at it in plain terms. When we were younger, we would do things that we know we wasn't supposed to do. And we knew that punishment was coming. And as much as our hearts pounded before we was about to get our asses tore up, we knew that was going to happen. Because what we did was bad, especially when we did something we know we were told not to do. Right? His dad's a cop. He knows things you don't do and don't do. You know what I'm saying? This is the equivalent of you getting in trouble, real bad trouble, and your parents being the system would be your parents in this case. They say, you know what, Stephan, just get out of my face. Or they ground you for life. That's what it is, grounded. He didn't get his ass beat. He didn't get what was really coming to him. And it's a slap in the face of that little girl and everybody that cared about her. There were so many different things I wanted to see that I didn't talk about. One of the things was I wanted to see if they were really going to lock the courtroom with the people in it because they thought he was going to run away. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life. This guy right here is soft as baby shit. He's just tall. He's just soft. And they was doing all these stipulations to make sure he don't run like he's Ronaldo, Nehemiah, Jesse Owens. He going to run so fast can't nobody catch him. That was the first thing. All these crazy stipulations they was going to do. That was the first thing. The second thing was this. I wanted to see if Jen Soto was going to take the stand. I wanted to see what the character witnesses were in his defense of what type of person he was. Or if anybody had the gall to even go up there and speak and say they knew him after what he did to this baby. This was big for the channel. It was big. They had this motherfucker on a hook and they let him get away. They know what he is and they know who he is. They don't even want to deal with the shit. Now, I will tell you this. One thing that is good is I was going through it with them talking about they was going to show the videos and they were going to show the pictures. I did not want to see that. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? And like I kind of thought about it when I was like, man, you know, that's a bad thing to do. You know, like, I mean, but it's just they're building a case. They're going to show it. They're going to put this devil on blast. And like I was uncomfortable with that because I've never seen that and I have no, I don't want to see that type. And we talked about that, guys. We talked about it on live stream. I said, you know, this is going to be hard. It's emotional. Because I got a daughter that's 9. The same age Maddie was when this fucktard started touching her. So it would have hit me hard. You know, everybody loves their kids. And I mean, that right there, I could have did without that. So that's one thing that both myself and other people, including the family, doesn't have to see that. Just hearing that is enough. Your mind can run with that. So that's the one good thing. And it's respectful. It's respectful. It's bad enough that they know that this demon did something bad to their daughter or loved one or whatever. But to see it is something totally different. Now, I will tell you this. This is what I kept saying before. It might be a chance that he didn't kill her. And a lot of people, before you bite my head off, hear me out. Before, I kept saying it's something I'm going to say, but I don't want to say it right now. It was that. Now, hear me out. This might make sense to some of y'all. And I was just thinking about this. I kept saying in videos when I was talking about him, I say, yo, he probably got a whole card or he got a smoking gun that he ain't saying nothing about. And what made me think about that is his family, especially his mom. They keep saying, yo, you better say what you know. You better say what you know. Hey, you gonna go down for this? You heard the dad in the video. You gonna go down? And I'm like, why would they be saying that? Are they talking about Jen? Did Jen know something about it? Which I believe she did. Did Jen know something about it? Did Jen help you? Did Jen take those pictures? Because they're saying they never said, what the pictures really were. Or, you can tell when a picture's taken if somebody else is in the room taking the picture or the person's taking the picture themselves. They never really gotten to that. So it's a lot of stuff. But as far as the killing part, just theorize this before you tear me up. And I'm just talking with you guys as family. He was on the dark web. He was doing all this type of stuff because you got to go on the dark web. Whatever access way you get on it, to get on it, you have to get on the dark web. Now, YouTube is on the standard web, right? Now, YouTube is a place where we come together. We have live streams. We meet each other a lot of times in the comment section. A lot of these sick, morbid sites have what? People under different names that convene together and watch this type of stuff and make comments. This guy has the mindset of a child. He does. What do children like? Attention, especially teenage boys. Teenage boys, and this guy's in his 40s. Teenage boys, which is the mindset I think he somewhat has, like to be what? Looked upon. They like to be cool. I'm more than sure, and I bet $1 to a donut, that he was on the dark web and he was probably putting her stuff out there and bragging about it. Other people were envious. He was trying to make other people envious, like, oh, I got something in the house that, you understand what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, you what? You interact with people. Then you meet people that are close by you. This is what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this is certain, but this could have been a possibility of why he took the deal, because he can't prove that somebody else did something to her because he don't know the person. He probably know just the name. Now just hear me. Imagine this. Because remember, he said, oh, I was downstairs the whole time. She went up to bed. I was downstairs. Theorize this. And we'll never know. We'll never know. Say he met somebody on the dark web, befriended somebody, set it up to where he came over there, the guy came over there, and he was like, you come in through the back door or whatever skeevy shit they do. She's upstairs, third room on the right, whatever number door it is, which I don't know why the doors had numbers on them, but anyway, number door, and you go in there and she's already ready, because remember they said he was drugging her when he was doing this type of stuff, so she was like half out of it. And here you got some sick stranger going up there, and instead of doing what he was doing, he did what he did and wound up killing her, and the guy leaves up out of there, right? Stephan Stearns goes up there, realizes in the morning she's dead. Now he got to clean up this mess. The guy's not answering the phone no more and blocked him. He don't know his real name. He just know him as whatever his name was on that place where they met. That's a possibility. That is a possibility, and he can't prove that because all the cameras show is him with the body of Madeline Soto. So if he goes and spills that out, ain't nobody gonna believe it anyway, because it probably can't be traced. Because if he did, he would have to expose the dark web system he's on, and he would ruin it for a lot of people, and he would look bad. And they probably wouldn't even investigate it because they got him dead to rights, because it all started and began with him. With him. It's no way people that do sick shit like this should get deals ever. There should not be no deals anyway. When you do something fucked up like this, you should be able to stand on it and sit there and face the consequences. His people need to be well aware, which I'm more than sure they are, of what kind of fucking monster it is that came out of them raising. Whether they meant to do that or not. And I don't even think it's their fault. You can be good people and produce a piece of shit. Your dad was a cop and this is what the fuck you do? A sheriff's deputy? Either way, that death penalty was second. I think there's a bigger thing involved in this to where he can't prove it, or he didn't want it to really come out. Because they've been fighting. We don't want to show the video. We don't want people to see the pictures. You got 60 rape charges for one baby. One baby. Sick. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We all got our own theories. That little part at the end was one of the theories I was thinking about, or why he don't want to get up there and face this thing, because he can't really prove it. And it is something to consider. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. May Madeline Soto rest in peace.